Are you in a long-distance relationship? It's tough, right? The ache of missing them, the endless video calls, the feeling that you're living separate lives. But hold on, long-distance relationships can work. You just need the right tools and strategies. In this video, we'll explore the challenges, solutions, and everything in between. Your long-distance relationship success story starts now. Let's face it, being miles apart from the one you love is no walk in the park. Time zones can turn simple conversations into logistical nightmares. The physical distance can make you feel emotionally disconnected, and the lack of physical intimacy can strain even the strongest bonds. But here's the good news. These challenges don't have to spell the end of your relationship. With the right mindset and effort, you can overcome these hurdles. Many couples have not only survived but thrived in long-distance relationships. The tips and strategies we'll discuss will equip you with the tools you need. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to long-distance relationships. What works for one couple may not work for another. The key is to find what works best for you and your partner. This video will provide you with a toolbox of strategies. Communication is key throughout this process. Talk to your partner, be honest about your needs, and work together. Let's get started and equip you with the knowledge you need. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the distance itself. Distance creates a physical gap that can be incredibly difficult to bridge. You can't just reach out and touch your partner or go on spontaneous dates. Birthdays, holidays, and special occasions can be bittersweet. The practicalities of long-distance travel, the cost, the time commitment, and the inevitable goodbyes can be draining. It's essential to acknowledge these challenges and give yourself permission to feel them. Remember, it's okay to have a good cry or seek support if needed. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship, but it takes on a whole new level of importance in a long-distance one. Technology can be both a blessing and a curse. It allows you to see your partner's face and hear their voice, but it can also create unrealistic expectations. Text messages can be easily misinterpreted. Time zone differences can throw a wrench into your communication flow. It's crucial to establish clear communication expectations from the outset. Talk about how often you want to communicate and what methods work best. Remember, it's okay to have designated offline time. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, but it's put to the ultimate test in a long-distance one. When you're not physically together, it's natural to have moments of insecurity and doubt. These thoughts can easily spiral into jealousy and paranoia. The lack of physical proximity can make it challenging to gauge your partner's emotional state. Building and maintaining trust requires open and honest communication. Talk about your insecurities and create a safe space for sharing feelings. Trust is an ongoing process that requires effort from both partners. One of the toughest parts of being in a long-distance relationship is the overwhelming feeling of loneliness. You miss your partner's physical presence and the comfort of their embrace. It's easy to feel like you're living parallel lives connected only by technology. Acknowledge and validate these feelings of loneliness. Find healthy ways to cope with the distance and nurture your well-being. Remember, you are a complete and worthy individual with a rich inner life. In long-distance relationships, communication is the masterful choreographer. It's the lifeblood that sustains the bond and the bridge that spans the physical miles. Open, honest, and consistent communication is paramount. It's the foundation upon which trust is built and intimacy is fostered. Each conversation, text message, and video call is a thread in the tapestry of your relationship. Communication requires patience, care, and attention to detail. While consistent communication is vital, it shouldn't feel like a chore. Forcing conversations when you're tired or stressed can do more harm than good. Think of communication as an opportunity to connect, not an obligation. Approach communication from a place of genuine desire. Give yourselves permission to have days when you don't talk at all. Allow the natural ebb and flow of life to dictate your conversations. While spontaneity is fantastic, it's also important to establish consistency. Scheduled check-ins provide stability and predictability. These don't have to be long conversations. Even a quick 15-minute phone call can make a difference. Find a time that works for both of you and stick to it. These regular touch points help maintain a sense of normalcy and connection. Consistency is key to staying connected. Feelings don't disappear in a long-distance relationship. They can feel more intense. The distance can amplify feelings of loneliness, insecurity, and jealousy. Create a safe space to express your emotions openly and honestly. Vulnerability is the courage to show up authentically. Talk about your fears, doubts, and insecurities. Share your joys and triumphs. Communication is a two-way street. Listen with empathy and understanding. Let your partner know you see and hear them. Long distance doesn't have to mean long distance on romance. It's easy to fall into a rut when you're miles apart. Remember, you're lovers, not just roommates coordinating calendars. Love needs to be nurtured and celebrated, regardless of the distance. Think back to the early days of your relationship and tap into that spirit of romance. Romance is about small, everyday acts of love and appreciation. Surprises are powerful in keeping the romance alive. They remind your partner that you're thinking of them. Surprises don't have to be expensive or elaborate. A small gesture can go a long way in making your partner feel loved. Consider sending a care package or a handwritten letter. The best surprises are personal and thoughtful. You can't physically be in the same room, but you can still create meaningful experiences together. Enter the wonderful world of virtual dates. Virtual dates break up the monotony and add fun to your relationship. It's dedicated time to connect, just like in the same city. With creativity, virtual dates can be as romantic and memorable as real-life ones. The foundation of any strong relationship, especially a long-distance one, lies in the small, everyday moments of connection. It's in the whispers of affection, tiny gestures, and shared moments of joy that strengthen your bond. Think about it. What are the little things your partner does that make you feel loved and appreciated? Maybe it's the way they always text you good morning and good night. Or perhaps it's their habit of sending you random articles or memes. These seemingly insignificant acts of love and attention speak volumes. We've talked about the challenges of long-distance relationships and the importance of communication. But there's another crucial ingredient that can make or break these relationships: anticipation. Think about it. What keeps you going when the distance feels overwhelming, the loneliness creeps in, and you just want to be physically close to your partner? It's the thought of seeing them again, of feeling their touch, of hearing their laughter in person. Anticipation is the fuel that keeps the engine of long-distance love running. It gives you something tangible to look forward to, a light at the end of the tunnel, a reminder that this distance is temporary. And the beauty of anticipation is that it's not just about the visit itself, but also about the excitement leading up to it. The planning, the daydreaming, the countdown, all of these contribute to a sense of excitement and connection. So, how do you cultivate anticipation in your long-distance relationship? It starts with having something concrete on the horizon, something you can both look forward to together. Bridging the gap. The importance of visits. Let's face it, no amount of texting, video calls, or virtual dates can replace the magic of being physically present with your partner. Visits are the heartbeat of a long-distance relationship. They're the moments you hold on to, the memories you cherish, the tangible proof that your love is real and worth fighting for. Visits allow you to reconnect on a deeper level, to experience the world side by side, and to create shared memories that will sustain you during the times you're apart. But visits aren't just about romantic getaways, although those are fantastic too. They're also about experiencing each other's everyday lives, meeting each other's friends and family, and getting a glimpse into what it would be like to share a life together in the same place. Now, we understand that planning visits can be tricky, especially if you're dealing with busy schedules, financial constraints, or a significant distance. But here's the thing, you have to make it a priority. Just like you schedule important meetings or appointments, schedule time for each other. Even if it's just for a weekend every few months, having that time blocked off on the calendar will give you both something to look forward to and reinforce the fact that you're committed to making this work. More than just a visit, making the most of your time together. Alright, so you've booked your flights, packed your bags, and the long-awaited visit has finally arrived. Now what? It's time to make the most of every precious moment together. Remember, this is your chance to reconnect, recharge, and create lasting memories. So, ditch the distractions, put those phones away, except for taking adorable couple selfies, of course, and focus on simply being present with each other. Now, while spontaneous adventures and romantic dates are always a good idea, don't underestimate the power of the simple things. Cooking a meal together, going for a walk hand in hand, or even just cuddling up on the couch and talking can be incredibly intimate and meaningful. This is your chance to catch up on all the little things you miss out on when you're apart, to share your hopes, dreams, and fears, and to simply enjoy each other's company. Remember, these visits are not just about escaping the distance, but also about building a foundation for a future together. The power of positivity, cultivating hope in the face of distance. Long-distance relationships can be a roller coaster of emotions. There will be days when the distance feels unbearable, when doubt creeps in and you question whether it's all worth it. It's during these challenging times that it's more important than ever to cultivate a sense of positivity and hope. Remember, a positive outlook isn't about ignoring the difficulties, but rather about choosing to focus on the good, believing in the strength of your love, and trusting that this distance is temporary. One powerful way to stay positive is to focus on the benefits of long distance. Yes, you read that right. Benefits. Believe it or not, being apart can actually strengthen your relationship in unexpected ways. It forces you to communicate more effectively, to appreciate each other's presence even more, and to develop a deep sense of independence and self-awareness. It's also a testament to your commitment and resilience as a couple. So, the next time you're feeling down about the distance, remind yourself of all the reasons you chose to be in this relationship and all the amazing qualities that drew you to your partner in the first place. Shared horizons, finding joy in the everyday. When you're physically apart, it's easy to get caught up in the missing part, missing their presence, their touch, their laughter. While it's completely natural to miss your partner, dwelling on the distance can make you feel even more disconnected and unhappy. Instead of focusing on what you're lacking, try to shift your attention to what you can share, even when you're miles apart. Remember, you're still living your lives, experiencing new things, and creating memories. And those experiences can be shared, even from a distance. Did you stumble upon a beautiful park? Take a picture and send it to your partner. Are you listening to a song that reminds you of them? Share it with a heartfelt message. Did you try a new recipe that you think they'd love? Send them a picture and promise to cook it together when you reunite. It's these small, everyday moments of connection that will help you feel close and connected, even when you're physically apart. Long distance, not emotionally distant. Maintaining a strong emotional connection. Physical intimacy is important in any relationship, but in a long-distance relationship, it's crucial to find ways to nurture emotional intimacy. This means creating a space where you both feel safe and comfortable sharing your thoughts, feelings, fears, and dreams, no matter how big or small. Remember, communication is the bedrock of any successful relationship, but in the realm of long-distance love, it's not just about frequency, it's about quality. It's about truly listening to understand, not just to respond. It's about being vulnerable and sharing your inner world with each other. It's about creating a space where you both feel seen, heard, and valued for who you truly are. So how do you maintain that deep emotional connection when you're miles apart? Schedule regular check-in calls where you can talk about your day, your feelings, and anything that's on your mind. Make an effort to really listen to your partner, to ask follow-up questions, and to offer support and encouragement. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Share your fears, your insecurities, and your dreams for the future. The light at the end of the tunnel. Focusing on the future. One of the most challenging aspects of being in a long-distance relationship is the uncertainty of it all. When will you see each other again? Will you ever close the distance? What does the future hold for your relationship? These are all valid questions, and it's natural to feel anxious or overwhelmed at times. But here's the thing. Dwelling on the unknown won't bring you any closer to your goals. Instead of getting bogged down in the what-ifs and the maybes, focus on what you can control, your actions, your communication, and your commitment to making this relationship work. Talk about your future plans, both short-term and long-term. Set realistic goals together, whether it's planning your next visit, figuring out a timeline for closing the distance, or simply dreaming about all the amazing things you'll do together when you're finally reunited. Remember, having something concrete to look forward to can make all the difference in staying positive and motivated during the challenging times. So there you have it. We've explored the peaks and valleys of long-distance relationships, talked about the struggles, and most importantly, equipped you with the tools to not just survive, but thrive. Remember that long distance isn't a death sentence for your love story. It's a different kind of chapter, a test of your commitment, communication, and creativity. It requires effort, understanding, and a whole lot of faith. Faith in each other, faith in your bond, and faith in the power of love to bridge any distance. We've talked about the importance of open and honest communication, of scheduling those essential check-ins, and of finding ways to keep the romance alive even when you're miles apart. We've discussed the power of anticipation, the joy of planning those long-awaited visits, and the importance of making the most of every precious moment together. And we've emphasized the need to stay positive, to focus on the good, and to never lose sight of the future you're building together. But most importantly, remember this. Your relationship is unique. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to navigating long distance. Now I know we've covered a lot of ground today, and you might be feeling a mix of hope and maybe a little overwhelmed. That's okay. Relationships are complex, and long-distance relationships even more so. If you're finding yourself struggling, don't hesitate to seek professional guidance. Sometimes, having an objective third party to help you navigate communication breakdowns, manage conflict, and develop healthy coping mechanisms can make all the difference. Think of it like this. You wouldn't hesitate to see a doctor if you had a physical ailment, so why not seek help for your emotional well-being? A therapist can provide a safe and confidential space for you both to express yourselves, work through challenges, and strengthen your bond. They can offer tools and strategies tailored to your specific needs and help you navigate the unique challenges of long-distance love. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you're committed to your relationship and willing to put in the work to make it thrive. As we wrap up, I want you to remember something crucial. You are the authors of your own love story. The distance may be a chapter, a challenge, but it doesn't define the entire narrative. You have the power to choose how you navigate this journey, how you communicate, how you nurture your connection, and how you keep the flame of love alive. Remember that love is a verb, an action word. It requires effort, intention, and a willingness to show up, even when it's hard. So keep making that effort. Keep prioritizing each other. Keep fighting for your love. Because when you finally close the distance, when you bridge that gap and build a life together, you'll look back on this chapter with a sense of pride, knowing that your love conquered all. And hey, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share it with your long-distance love. And don't forget to visit my website, leroyabrown.k, for more relationship advice, tips, and resources. Keep believing in the power of love. Keep nurturing your connection, and keep writing your long-distance love story. Until next time, take care.